Alexa, is my data secure?
Sorry, I don't know that.
And since Alexa doesn't know the answer, I set out to find it for myself.
Alexa.
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 Alexa, play All Star.
All Star by Smash Mouth.
It's changed the way we do stuff around the house.
Their smart house.
Alexa, turn on my drawing lamp.
Okay.
And when I was in bed, if I had to get my water and forgot to turn off the light switch, I'd have to get out of bed and go turn it off. When now I can just say, Alexa, turn off the lights.
Okay.
His dad, Joshua Kuntz, has wired that tech into every room after getting the beta version of Amazon Alexa 4 years ago.
It's made us a little lazier. It makes it easy, right?
So you've made your life easier, but then the concern that's emerged is in terms of privacy is you've basically placed multiple microphones now throughout your house. And you've also exposed what's going on potentially to Amazon.
Or hackers. As a computer science and engineering professor at Notre Dame, Aaron Striegel teaches the future developers of these devices.
In terms of, when I go to build a smart device, am I really thinking through all the implications or how it might change things, not just potentially for the good, but also could it be used for perhaps nefarious or ulterior motives that perhaps would not be desirable for society.
We've seen a lot of people in the news, in the last 2 years who are in the news for the wrong reasons. The challenge really is twofold for network professionals everywhere. The challenge is, how can I get all these devices on the network and keep up with demand? There's IP lighting, IP refrigerators, IP everything. Everything is connected to the internet. So keeping up with that is the first challenge. Then the second challenge is, how do we do it securely?
For many companies in the area, that's where Bob Tadovich's business, Network Solutions Incorporated, comes in.
We see what's happening maybe 6 to 12 months early. We see where the manufacturers, they'll talk to us and say, hey, here's where we think technology is going. How does that play in your neck of the woods?
While his clients typically aren't families like the Kuntzes, he says the security risk could connect the two sooner than you'd think.
For me, it's a matter of market share. I hate to say it, but it's financial. Hackers don't generally take the time and effort to hack into a device. If there's 3 of them in the world, the Amazon Echo, how many are there?
Amazon doesn't release specific numbers of devices sold, but they did say in a December 2017 press release, Amazon Devices had its best holiday yet, with tens of millions of Alexa-enabled devices sold worldwide.
Ooh, okay, now there's a large target audience. Is it worth writing this malware? And now I can get into a lot of laptops, not just for home use, but potentially for work use. The more devices that get sold, the more real the threat becomes.
That's a legitimate concern, but if someone hacks into my Alexa, they're not really getting any more personally identifiable information than is that any other service provider we have out there. So the downsides of someone being able to listen into my house are not all that great.
I know some people are worried that, it's always listening to you. I just don't think we have that much interesting stuff to say, so if it wants to listen in, it doesn't bother me any. And you have to say the wake word usually to, get it to respond.
Alexa, good morning.
Not to mention, Amazon says it devotes full teams to customer security with a slew of steps to ensure users' safety, like disallowing third-party application installation on the device, rigorous security reviews, secure software development requirements, and encryption of communication between Echo, the Alexa app, and Amazon servers.
Amazon and Google, they've got excellent engineers, and as hackers come out with a way to compromise their product, they'll come out with a way to patch it so that they can't do it anymore. Well, that's great, but the hackers know how to get into the product on the old version of software, and if you didn't upgrade to the new version of software, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah, I stay pretty up to date on it. I work in technology, and when I hear of new advances, I go check them out. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes for spaghetti.
Spaghetti timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
Besides setting spaghetti timers, some folks are eyeing smart speaker technology to solve crimes. In 2017, Amazon received 1,600 subpoena requests and fully responded to 685. That year, they also received about 230 search warrant requests and fully responded to 102.
They would like to catch the bad guys, and they would like to have that evidence, but then the balance is personal privacy and freedom. And if I'm in my home, what are my reasonable expectations of being monitored? And most of us would presume that if I'm in my house, nobody should be listening in unless I choose to let them listen in.
Back in 2016, an Arkansas prosecutor requested echo recordings from a murder case defendant, hoping it was listening when he alleged the suspect killed his friend. Amazon initially rebuffed the request, saying in part, Amazon objects to overbroad or otherwise inappropriate demands, and only handed over the data when the suspect okayed it. His case was eventually dismissed. For crimes, colleges, companies, or just calendars, it's clear that smart speaker technology could change the way we live our lives every day. This concerns some.
The fact that they can listen to every conversation in my home, yes, that does concern me.
Excites others.
It feels really nice to be like the first on the Mayflower into this technological age.
And fascinates most.
Pretty much like about a lot.
Alexa, I'm going to bed.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Have access to your own history on these devices so you can view and delete any recordings that you want to. Those steps will be in this story online at abc57.com. I'm live in studio tonight. Jess Arnold, ABC 57 News.